Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you whenever you're watching this, or wherever in the world you're watching this, as we're now heading into round 11 of Formula 1 2021 My Team Career Mode. And now, the probably one of the main points of this video is the regulations for next season. So I'm not sure what department it will affect, whether it be the aero or the chassis or the powertrain or durability department. And probably for now, with 5 races, so 6 races left to go. We have to start saving R&D points if we want to make progress heading into season 2. So we'll just try to get as many R&D points as possible in practice, and we'll see how we do in qualifying now. And this is the second lap, the second and last lap, as I'm well over half a tenth on my previous qualifying timing, as I'm almost 1 second faster than before, because there were many mistakes in the first lap through various corners as well. And we are only 3 tenths slower than Schwartzman in the second sector, so yeah, there is room to improve as we head down the start finish line. DRS open, and we only get 20th place, as now we should be out of Q2 obviously, as we are demoted to 21st and 7 tenths slower than our teammate Robert Schwartzman. So at the moment he is beating me now in qualifying, so definitely he might even be in the team for next season. But anyway, let's just try to not be in the back foot for qualifying and into the race, and I'll see you on the grid for race day.
We come to you live today from the Mie Prefecture in the south of Japan's Honshu Island for a race that has seen many title deciders over the years. Some simple, some controversial, but all contributing to a legacy that makes the Japanese Grand Prix an indispensable stop in any Formula One season. A lap of this historic racetrack covers 3.6 miles, and it's the only time during the season that we race on a figure-of-8 racetrack. The drivers can expect some intense G-forces through the 18 corners on offer here as they experience some of the highest average apex speeds on the Formula One calendar. And keep an eye out for overtakes going into the final chicane. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Perez, Norris, Carlos Sainz and Leclerc, Ricciardo, Gasly, Fernando Alonso and Yuki Tsunoda. Verstappen, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Vettel, Antonio Giovinazzi and Raikkonen. Stroll, Russell, Robert Schwartzman and Mick Schumacher. Latifi, Mazepin, Ocon, they've taken a grid penalty, and the Black Mamba. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
This is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix. Let's give them a race worth watching.
And give them a race worth watching we shall. And now we shall be underfueling the car, as there is gonna be rain heading towards the end of the race, probably like lap 10 or so. As now we head for the start of the race for the Japanese Grand Prix, starting from last because of a grid penalty. As now here come the 5 red lights for the Suzuka Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go. The 2 Mercedes are already battling for first position, as I'm not sure who's in front, whether it be Hamilton or Bottas, I'm not sure, as we're struggling to make progress heading into turn 1 and turn 2, as everyone is in single file, trying to not race on the first lap because obviously we have the dirty air, as Valtteri Bottas is leading the race, followed by Hamilton, Perez, Norris, Sainz, Leclerc, Gasly, Ricciardo, Alonso, Tsunoda, Vettel, Verstappen, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Stroll, our teammate, and so on and so forth. And our teammate is already in P16, so he has already gained 2 positions right off the bat, heading into the next right-hander as we are heading into the hairpin. We are struggling at 20th place as we go for a small dive bomb on just a few cars only, as now we are side by side with Nikita Mazepin. We are only a few hundreds of the lead for the wooden spoon of 19th place as we head for the spoon curve, and we managed to go down the inside of Nikita Mazepin. So we are gonna stay in P19 for the first lap, as now we head down the final chicane. We might be able to catch up to Schumacher by a little bit, as Bottas sets the fastest lap of the race so far, as we now head down the start finish straight with no DRS, which will be enabled on lap 3 by the FIA. As we now head down turn 1, we miss the curb in the middle as we take a very horrible apex, as now we went off the track limits, and I'm not downshifting because my gearbox is worn by 75%, and we weren't even able to overtake Schumacher until around lap like lap 7, I think, when I was editing this. So now here we are in lap 5. There's a small DRS train, and that's Schumacher trying to catch up to Russell, as we get quite a lot of dirty air again as we unsettle the car at the exit. So now we head down the S's. We are still trying to catch up to Schumacher, as now we are heading through Dunlop, the left-hander that we are going through right now. We could have gone a bit early on the throttle, but I don't want to risk going into the gravel as we head down the next few right-handers. We are still unable to catch up to Schumacher, but we are right behind his gearbox heading into the hairpin. We tried to go around the outside, but he's just too far ahead of us, so we'll just have to stick to 19th place for now. As our teammate is right ahead, you can see him in the distance, still in P16, no improvement. As now we head down the spoon curve. We missed the apex because we didn't want to get any wheel spin or oversteer, to not spin the car out, as we're now heading straight for 130R, the flat out left-hander, as we are only starting to catch up. We are just 1/10 away, and we're now side by side heading into the final chicane. We go around the outside of Schumacher. Schumacher had to take a lot of curb at the apex, and we managed to take 18th place from the German. As we now head into lap 7, Schumacher is being chased by Ocon as everyone makes their first few pit stops. There goes Leclerc, Gasly, Norris, Hamilton's in P16, and Nikita Mazepin has managed to put himself up to P19. As now is our pit window. We are gonna enter the pits this lap, and we're now in P13 trying to chase our teammate, who is still holding up Russell. Russell is getting quite a lot of dirty air from our teammate. As now we just fast forward to the end of lap 7 heading into 130R. We are faster in the second sector by 445 milliseconds, as we now head down the final right-left chicane, which in fact is the only chicane of this race. And Schwartzman is staying out. I'm heading into the pits, narrowly almost hitting Russell, as there's another group of drivers heading for the second round of pit stops. As now we head into the pit box. Russell is right behind us, so it's crucial to get a good lap time, but unfortunately he did get ahead of us. As we now head down the pit exit, the gap between the both of us has increased, and now heading into lap 9. It is raining and DRS is disabled, and Verstappen's out of the race. I'm not sure if he was if it was what do you call it, if it was raining, or then he just slipped out, and then after he just spun out. Then maybe he must have crashed into the barrier, or he had a component failure. Could be either those two. But speaking about the wet weather again, I should have stretched the soft compounds, and just like that, we are now fighting at the back of the grid, and Schwartzman is in 8th place. Now at this point he could be fighting for points, as Giovinazzi is on the podium. Leclerc so far is leading the race, but he will be fast suffering a lot of aquaplaning because he's still on the slick tires. And Lance Stroll is is in 4th place, but Schwartzman is in 8th place. Latifi is almost in the points. And now we head into the final lap. We now have a new race winner. It's not Hamilton, it's not Bottas or Perez, it's not Verstappen who has won the Formula 1 2021 World Championship. It is going to be Lance Stroll as he heads down the finish line there. And Giovinazzi is in 2nd place, and our teammate takes 6th place. That's 18 points. No, that's 8 points, sorry. And Mick Schumacher takes the first points for Haas after so long. And Mazepin finishes P13, and we are only fighting for the wooden spoon as we head down the finish line for an embarrassing P20.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
They've done it then, here at Suzuka. A brilliant win on this beloved figure-of-8 circuit. And, talk to me, what do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
It's a heroic effort for any driver to race in conditions like these, and seeing them fight their way to the front was very special indeed. They were able to find all the grip, all the good lines, and had the confidence to get on the power to top it all off. That's what pushed them into 1st place here today.
The Aston Martin team will be very happy with today's performance and the final result. Another display of excellent driving and excellent teamwork, and a well-deserved 1st place finish.
Now we have a new winner in Formula 1 history. It is Lance Stroll taking P1, followed by Giovinazzi in 2nd place, and Schwartzman goes up to P14, and we're down in P19. So definitely we are going to have to keep Schwartzman for next season, but probably we might let him go for a new teammate at the end of the season break, mid-season, after before Spa-Francorchamps. But it was crucial. We got those extra 8 points, so getting Schwartzman was a good call. As we now head into the Team HQ, we're getting quite a lot of major upgrades just before the Mexican Grand Prix, as we get all our upgrades done. And here we have a personnel department event, and yeah, there was 1000 driver acclaim to be claimed, so I decided to go for that. And now we are heading into round 12 of the Mexican Grand Prix. We are now level with the AlphaTauri team. Our car should have similar performance to them, and we are also kind of level with Aston Martin and Alfa Romeo as well. So we should be able to head into Q2 more oftenly, heading into the next few races. Maybe might even get a few points to have a good ending to season 1 and start a very good season 2. So the next few races will be entertaining. And if you made it to the end of this video, if you want to leave a comment based on what can I improve to make my videos better, go ahead. If you want to drop a like, go ahead. If you want to if you want to subscribe, if you want to, go ahead as well. I'm the Fat Boy, and have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow for a new episode of My Team Career Mode. Goodbye.